Okay.
Good.
All right.
Ready? All right, you're good.
We can call our meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Are there any adjustments to the agenda?
None.
Okay. We will first consider the minutes from our last meeting.
They should be included in your packets, and barring any error or omission, I would recommend approval as written.
So motion.
I second.
All in favor? Okay.
Thank you.
And right now we have opportunity for public comment. If anybody from the audience has anything to share. Or
Welcome.
from the board. Yes, thank you for being here. Do you have something?
I was only say that I attended that whole class.
On Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
Kids were super articulate, very engaged. It was really good.
Say again,
The kids were super articulate. They're very engaged. It was really good. Yeah.
it's very moving.
Yeah, it's very impactful to see that, yeah. Great. Anybody else? Anybody from the board? Okay, we'll have an opportunity at the end of the meeting as well if anybody thinks of anything. Okay, so I guess we'll start out with some presentations from authors only.
All right, so I had the pleasure of going to an author celebration about 2 weeks ago now, in which our second grade teacher, Mrs. Willie, wrote a book with her second graders. And I asked if they would be willing to come to our school committee and share that with you. So, Mrs. Willie, do you want to introduce your students and have them come out? Sure. Come on up, guys. Come on, it's okay.
Yeah.
So this is Eva, Declan, and Carmen, and they
Take it to
were,
her.
oh. I'm sorry, that's.
Okay, so
Wanna
this,
hear you.
that's okay. So this is Declan, Eva, and Carden, and they're three of the authors that are featured in our class book. It's called Amazing Animals. So we actually ordered a kit online. It was free to classroom teachers, so long as you send all of the materials back, and it's Student Treasures Publishing. And it's a great opportunity for students to practice the writing process and to learn all about what goes into the books. And so we started with the pre-writing stage, learning all about, how authors choose a topic, and we did the brainstorming process together, and then students were able to choose an animal that they felt was amazing, that they wanted to learn more about. And I was quite impressed with their choices. They were very unique. I had everything from a sperm whale to a chipmunk come out of them, so it was really cool. So today, and then I should just say, we part of the writing process at the end is a celebration, and so we decided to go big. We invited families to come and enjoy our book. They wrote a little about the author page so that their families could see the types of things they enjoy writing about the most, and how they enjoyed this process. And they each got a certificate about that shared that they're a published author. And I'm happy to say that every student was able to take a book home. So who would like to go first? Declan. Okay, do you want me to hold the microphone so you can hold your book up?
Did you know that lions hide in tall grass to hunt for their prey? Most lions live on the savanna in Africa. They also live in Asia and sometimes the zoo. Animals 5 miles away can hear a lion's roar. Lion cubs are born with spots. They hunt in a pride. They like zebras, buffaloes, and wildebeest. Lions are very powerful animals.
It's great. It's really great.
Illustrated.
Do you want me to do it?
Sure.
Wow.
It's not cute at all.
Oh, that's a good line.
Would you like to go next? Okay, even. Okay.
Did you know there are 200 species of monkeys in the world? Some monkeys have long tails, some monkeys have short tails. Tails are for balancing. Monkeys eat leaves and fruit. They also eat seeds and bark. Monkey mothers groom their infants. They pick through its messy hair. Monkeys are wild.
Wow.
Wow.
that's awesome.
That is really great.
Solid just for you.
I had no
You
idea
got
they
this.
use their tails for balance.
Do you want me to hold?
I didn't know there was that many species in the world. 200.
Yeah, show the illustration first. It's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Can I help you?
Want me to read it?
Do you want to show the picture and then we can read it together? Would that be better? Maybe?
I'll read it, honey.
Yeah. Mr. Stoneton would love to see it too.
Can I read it for you?
Do you want him to read it for you? Or do you want me, do you want me to read it for you?
Picture is
Is it okay if I show your picture?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Carmen's
Oh, wow.
picture of a
That's
sloth.
That's
It's
awesome.
beautiful.
Sloth is awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You did such a good come read it.
Here, turn.
Oh.
How about this?
Do sloths like? Let's go.
Here, you want me to read it? I'll read it. Do you like sloths? Sloths are the slowest mammals in the world. Sloths eat lots of leaves and fruit too. Sloths can swim. Sloths live in Central America, Brazil, and Peru. A baby sloth is called a sloth pup. Sloths do not get much energy from their food. That is why they are very slow.
so hard. They were so proud. And when we were walking around the room to look at them all, we were waiting to share.
The pictures are amazing.
I mean, all of it.
So I applaud the facility for taking the time to do this.
I'll give it
Yes.
With the kids. That's important. Again, we talk about all the reading, writing, and math that goes on day in, day out. And it's these kinds of things that kids will remember.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Great job.
You guys are
All
so
of you.
brave for being here and reading them. Yes, thank you. I can't wait to see some of these.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. This is so, okay.
You did a great job.
You guys did wonderful.
That
Dan
was-
will be moving out of this room like a sloth.
That's good. You are all welcome to stay, but this is really boring, so don't feel obligated. It's a full night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was so impressive.
That was awesome. Great job.
That is so cute. Their pictures were
I know, they're
It's
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
And even just to write all that, I mean, that's a lot, it's a big chunk.
I love that they publish it with their penmanship instead of
Yeah.
typing it
And
out.
not typed, yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, that was nice. Okay, any old business?
None.
Okay. New business, we have the bill warrant,
I've got it. Michael's got it to his left. Yeah.
okay, and policies.
So you have two there, EHB, this is for your first read, before it goes to the second. You'll see records management. This came out of an audit. You have a number of records in school that vary from 2-year retention to forever. I have the list if you ever want to see it. It's about 17 pages. But the reality is, all this does is capture what we're currently doing. Rebecca Enman is your person who is the officer for that kind of thing. But it is here and it's captured in the policy. So I can answer any questions if you have, but these both are actually fairly straightforward.
No existing policy. This is driven from where? Sorry.
Just an audit of the different things we had to have on file for the DOE.
Sure.
So do they specify how long you have to keep these things?
So that's specified in this document
Okay, but I
here,
mean, it's
which,
somewhere.
yes.
So was there stuff that was missing and that's why this
No,
was
it's
created?
just a requirement. As we go through legislation, we add things every year.
Okay.
It doesn't functionally change anything that was done.
Any questions about that? So this is our first reading.
Yep,
Do we need to have a second reading?
you will. You have to.
You have
By charter.
Okay.
So it looks like there's also, like, we must have to use like a certain records management or company, all that jazz.
Yeah, we have our own. Destruction of records actually forever has been at the PERC plant. We just call and they close it down and go load it up. And they burn it.
All right.
Distraction.
Cheaper than shredding.
I missed the destruction part.
And then the second one, retention of application materials. That follows what our current practice is, which is 3 years, but it's the same perspective. So I can take any questions on that, but it's fairly straightforward.
I have a kind of a weird question, but do you type this stuff up yourself? or
No,
does it-
no. Oh, this comes through MSMA, which is Maine School Management Association, which is a merge of Maine School Board Association and Maine Superintendent's Association. And they have a lawyer full-time, her name is Charlotte Bates, who writes these as legislation
Okay.
comes out.
And then she'll give you like this.
And then we get a list of updates and anything that's required.
Okay.
And so then I submit it, and for the most part, we try not to change anything because they've spent a lot of time analyzing what legislature has decided and what that means for an implication for us. And so you change a couple words in policy and all of a sudden you've changed things that just aren't going to line up with what the law is anymore.
So she just feeds the information of all the changes down the.
Yep. We get a monthly post of different things.
That's fun.
Oh, it's a great read if you ever need to go to sleep.
All right.
All right, so do we just need to make a motion to
Yes.
accept the first
Yep.
reading? All right, I make a motion to accept the first reading for policies EHB and GBJC. And is this one too? No,
No,
that's a different thing.
that's a different thing.
I know, my goal.
All right. All in favor? Okay. And next we have the ESCA.
SEA, every student exceeds. So this is the old No Child Left Behind. We do this annually. It's an opportunity for public comment. Here, the funds that we receive federally go to offset your cost of Title I, which is 1 teacher and 4 ed techs. I will take any questions or concerns you have about that, but it's a requirement to post it annually and try to seek public feedback. So any questions around that? Otherwise, I would recommend approval.
Is there something like available for people to look
Yep, the
at?
plan is always posted
Okay, where is it posted?
on the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in 10 years, I've never had anybody request it. But there's always a first. They're welcome to a copy of it. I don't think they get past the first page, just to be clear. It is okay.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. And so with that, are we just voting to accept?
Yep.
Need a motion?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I motion.
Okay.
I second it.
All right, all in favor? Okay. All right, we can move on to our reports. We have our principal's report first.
And how ironic that I wrote about Caitlin Cole, our Title I interventionist. That was not planned. So Caitlin Cole is our Title I interventionist, and she took over from Sharon Pelkey, and she had big shoes to fill, of course, when she took on this role. So you have my report, but one of the things I wanted to focus on, we had Title I night. One of the requirements of the Title I plan is that you need to have 2 family opportunities for parents to come to Title I meetings, we call it. So we had one in the beginning of the year, which was more of an informational meeting that we talked about Title I and some of the things that we did. And this time we had a family game night. And so all 4 of her ed techs, plus herself, plus myself, ran a station. And we had 9 different families that came to school and participated in the Title I night playing games, which was for us amazing to have that many come for an evening. So we were pleased. She's worked very hard and it's done a lot of great things for our tournament program. And other than that, it's going to be a busy couple of months, so.
Yes.
Any questions on my report?
Miss Cole has a really good personality
Yes.
for that. She's very patient.
Yes, she is.
Great, thank you so much. We'll move on to the assistant principal's report.
Okay. You have my letter in your packet. We have just begun our spring sports. We haven't even had our first home game here yet for baseball and softball. That will be
I know, I was
Wednesday.
I missed it.
As long as James can not make it rain on Wednesday. And we have-
Yeah, I did really well with snow days this year, so we'll see.
But otherwise, we have completed 2 away games as of today and 2 track meets so far as well. A huge thank you to Ben Walton and his custodial crew for getting the fields ready for our baseball, softball, and even track out in front there. This week happens to be Teacher Appreciation Week, and PTG has really helped us to recognize our school staff this week, and we appreciate PTG for everything that they do also for staff and students and families in this building. So thank you to the PTG as well. A lot of end-of-year field trips happening this year, including main studies for 6th grade and 7th grade. Yeah, 6th grade and 7th grade coming up. And then, of course, we're right in the middle of our end-of-year testing. Our state testing is happening right now, but that is going really well so far. And then by middle of May, we also do our science test for grades 5 and 8. And that's it. Any questions for me?
Thank you. All right, move on to.
Hi, yes, you should have my report in your packets as well. And I've been talking a lot about the 8th grade transition to high school meetings. I put a little bit more in there, but I thought it was important to mention too that we have CDS children, not Center Drive School, but Child Development Services pre-K kids that come in and join us as kindergartners. Many of these children are already identified and have an IEP, and many of them we're already seeing and providing services to, which is huge, because CDS has not always been able to meet those students' therapy needs. And so this way we get to know them, we get to intervene early and make a big difference. And hopefully a lot of these kiddos who might just be getting speech or language therapy can be done with those services by the time, I think I just had a 1st grade meeting the other day, and we're going to graduate that student already, because that early intervention really does work. So I wanted to mention that to you. I think we have about 8 CDS kids coming in with IEPs, and we have about 8 8th graders leaving and going to high school. So isn't it funny how things balance out like that sometimes? Field day with friends. Also, I brought this year's t-shirt for you because I think it's quite beautiful. They picked the purple. It's exact, yes. It's the exact same logo that we did last year. And then we've got 8 students from Orrington who will be participating. We have 9 students from Dedham. Most of these students have a one-to-one support staff, maybe not all of them. So we have about 6 adults, staff from Orrington joining this, and 7 from Dedham. And then we have helpers too. The student helpers are coming. And actually what we're doing for them this year to kind of help them stand out and be recognizable when they're helping students, I've made them lanyards. Actually, Randy did the t-shirts for me and did this, Randy in the office. So they will all wear that. We've got 15 student helpers from Orrington who will be going, and the entire 8th grade at Dedham, which is 14 students they're helping. And their help is crucial because some of them are going to be coaching the students and running along with them and helping them do the events. Some are actually running the events for Mr. Pearson, the PE teacher from Dedham. They'll be helping like measure how far they throw a softball, for example, and that sort of thing. So we're very excited about that. And James, if you could do something about the weather on that day as well. We're gonna put
I
that
thought
in.
I was cooking, but okay.
Yeah. No, we're doing pizza this year, so no cooking. Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to share, last year, if you recall, for summer school, we had the Acadia National Park folks come up and do a training, or not an activity day right here. And this year, we're going to take our middle school kids, so grades 5 through 8, to the park. I think it's called Fraser Point. Some of you might be familiar with it. And they will do activities there with them. And then for the elementary kids who will be staying behind, we'll do something more local, perhaps go to Fields Pond Nature Center or something like that, so that they can all get the same kinds of activities. But looking forward to that. And that is my report. Do you have any questions?
How do you get students involved? Are they all 8th graders that are helping out? with the
So
field
for
day?
Orienton, it's the student council students,
Oh.
because the 8th grade is just too big here. Dedham, I think that's just always been the tradition.
It has.
And he's nodding. They always had the 8th grade help because it usually is a class of 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And then the gifted and talented students from both Orienton and Dedham this year are joining. And I think that was also a tradition from what I understand. And they didn't join us last year. I think it wasn't, they weren't aware of it until a little too late. So, yeah. And there will be a big parade here and in Dedham where our students will march through the halls with their shirts on, and they'll get like a big send off to have them go perform well in the games.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have some video and some pictures for you at a slideshow at a future meeting.
When did you say it is?
It is the 22nd, thank you. 22nd. Oh, no, May 21st.
Okay, the send-off is the 20th.
May 21st, yes. Yeah.
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's great. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. We'll move on to the superintendent's report.
You have my report. We've covered it through the agenda. I'll submit it as written, except to just say that it is teachers' appreciation, staff appreciation in general. We're very fortunate to have who we have and very grateful that we have everybody here who takes such good care of our kids. Other than that, I would submit it as written.
Any questions for James? Okay. So we can accept those reports and move on, but there's nothing under personnel?
No.
Okay, so if there's any other questions or comments from the public?
How you doing, Alan?
Thank you for
I appreciate you being
staying.
here every week.
I know.
I appreciate you being here every week.
Yeah.
I loved it when I turned around at Holocaust Museum and saw him. That made my day.
I did want to comment on that Holocaust.
Yeah,
So I especially wanted to come tonight, just to tell you that.
they do a phenomenal job every time.
Yeah, I didn't go this year, but I've been in the past. Thank you. Okay, well, I think we can adjourn.
Absolutely, non-negotiable.
Thank you, everybody. So we have our budget meeting at
6:30.
6:30.
So your dinner is ready.